Ah, there you are. Care to take a seat?
All right then. All right, we should begin as soon as possible. Thorman wasn't a huge fan of my bringing you out here, given the time it would take. But I convinced him it was necessary. My one request here is that you take this seriously and remain honest throughout the entirety of our time. Do you have any questions before we begin? Until I'm satisfied with your answers. If you want to get this over quickly, I would suggest answering each question truthfully and without acting like a fool. Take some time and look out into the Shire, then tell me what you see. And such a fragile thing that is. Times are tough for us Rangers, and some believe we are without hope. Referencing what you know, what are your thoughts on this matter? I did not expect to hear those words from an Outlander, even you. I suppose, in time, some of us forget there is still honour in the race of men. It's refreshing to be reminded of that truth. I think I've learned what I needed from this. One last topic and we'll be done. It is important that I know a little more about you, if my complete trust is to be given. Tell me about the land you are from, this Skyrim. Do you have many responsibilities there? Am I supposed to know what that means? Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. This is still a serious discussion after all. Well, I'd love to stay and talk longer, but I think that's about all the time I can spare here. I've come now to understand you a little better, and with that you have earned what little trust you did not own already. When Thorman gathers us for your initiation, I will be the first to speak on your behalf. Yep. Yes?
Pardon my suspicions, but it seems every time one of you big folks shows up, bad things follow. Come on over. I'm sure I've got just about everything you need. I should get back to my armchair. Take a look.
You've come. This is good. It means you're at least capable of navigating a dense forest by yourself. Although I will admit I expected you here sooner. Are you ready to begin? Yes, it is. If that sounds too childish, you can call it a pine-elevated mini-fortress. It provides an excellent view of the surrounding area and the advantage of high ground against anyone foolish enough to attack us. As a ranger, the elevation makes me feel right at home, a lot more than that hideout does at least. I'm pleased in a way, for I built this area with that very intention. But I can bore you with talk of my architecture any day. How about it? Are you ready? We're sparring. Fire sale didn't tell you that? Some people read others through their words, some through their intentions. Others prefer to look at the actions themselves. I am of the last group. An action such as combat is the one form to which a man will reveal his true self, through the movements of his blade. Mercy, anger, fear, regret, they will all show in battle. You cannot hide them. I am curious how you'll react when under such pressure. At the end of our time here, you will have either gained my trust or my wrath. Either way, my opinion of you will not remain the same. Rules are simple. I'll let you know when I've seen enough. Until then, we try to kill each other. You can use whatever kind of weapon you wish. Magic, swords, hammers, bows, I don't care. I have nothing remarkably witty to say, so I'll let my and speak. Unbelievable. You managed to sneak a strike in. Are you all right? I may have gotten a little carried away. Still, you managed to stay up longer than most who come blade to blade with me. And there was nothing notably suspicious about the way you handled yourself. All right, you have my respect, friend. When the time comes, I will speak on your behalf. Uh-huh.
Be brief. What are the specifics? We'll talk more about it later, alright? What are the specifics? Now that that's... Is there something you need? She is patrolling the northern borders, but she should have been done by now. In all honesty, I fear something vile has come of it. I just hope she steered clear of the goblin encampments up there. Quite on the contrary, I believe she may discover them. Tinruth is brave and loyal, but she is also young and naive. If she was to come across a goblin camp during her patrol, I do not doubt she would investigate it of her own accord. It's foolish, really, but she'd probably think it would impress me. That's the great mystery of goblins, isn't it? No matter how many you slay, more will come in time. The goblins of the north have greatly desired the Shire for hundreds of years, and have been kept at its borders throughout most of that time. But now, more goblins dwell here than ever before, hidden from our sight. However, they have become difficult to track, as they typically advance underground, and recent events have kept us preoccupied. If Tinruth did indeed discover a camp, I fear your actions with the goblins earlier may have influenced her desire to investigate further than needed. I had a feeling that would come back to haunt us somehow. Perhaps. I still hold no proof, only suspicion. But if what I suspect turns out to be true, she could be in grave danger. Regardless, I need someone to find her. I'll mark the area I suspect she disappeared at on your map. If you find her, escort her out of trouble and tell her to report to me. Be brief. I just sent him to patrol the southern ravine fields. If you're looking for him, I'd try somewhere around the Brarywine Bridge. If he's not there, just follow the road east for a little bit. Yep.
A little help over here? Well, maybe if I twist my hand just right... No! Don't do that! I need your help. There! I said it! Will you untie me now? Hear that? The goblins know you freed me! Let's get out of here! I wonder when the others will stop underestimating me. I'm tougher than you think. Your mistake. Huh? I thought for sure that would do. Perhaps the others will start taking notice now. Maybe later, alright? I prefer to focus on the present or future for the moment. Easy. Shot? No. I'm better than this. I know I am. Is this a decent place to stand? I'm tougher than you think. Ugh. No challenge at all. Well, I suppose I owe you thanks. I'm not sure what those goblins would have done to me had you not arrived when you did. But just one more thing. Could you not bring this up to Thorman when he asks? He worries about me enough as it is. And if you found out, well, I'd probably never breathe the crisp outside air again. A what? No, I don't think that would work. There are no mud crabs here. Whatever they are. It might be best if I do the talking. That's a relief. I'll handle the part personally. Come on, we better get back to the hideout before they send somebody else to check up on us. Alright, back me up if things go south. Otherwise, just don't say anything. You could manage that, right? Maybe later, alright? I prefer to focus on the present or future for the moment.
Tinruth, I'm assuming you're prepared to tell me why such a brief scouting mission ended up taking so long.
It wasn't planned that way, I assure you. But during my walk I ran into a few halfling hunters, one of which was badly injured. So I applied some of the wound healing techniques Firesalt taught me and tended to his injuries. Guess it took a little longer than I'd thought.
Alright, you've said your piece. Now, I want to talk with the Outlander. Alone.
Are you sure that's a good idea? He gets quite delusional sometimes. Told me he ran in the family and...
Alone.
Yes, of course, Captain.
She's a good student, but a horrible liar. Tell me, what really happened out there? Then it's a good thing you arrived when you did. Else we'd be down a ranger before the worst of the storm even surfaced. Thank you, friend, for the truth, and for escorting the youngest of our company home.
What did you tell Thorman? Figures. Thorman's always been the one to sniff out a lie. Guess it was foolish to attempt one. Nevertheless, I'm glad you had my back. Not many of the others would have. That means something to me. When the time comes, I'll proudly vouch on your behalf. I already told you everything I could. But I suppose I could make things up if it's entertainment you seek. Did you know that I was the first ranger to form a duet with the lead opera singer of the all-goblin orchestra?
What are you doing out here? I didn't send for aid. Did he now? So, you are seeking my endorsement. I don't know if you've looked around, but there's not a lot you can help with. The ruffians and goblins typically steer clear of this place, mostly because I am always walking. However, if you're looking just to talk, I have plenty of time. I suppose if Thorman had dispatched me somewhere eventful, I may not welcome a name conversation. However, this is the third time he's assigned me this route, and it's one of the safest routes mentioned. Come now, there is much that can be discussed in the patrol. Do you know why we're losing the Shire, Outlander? It's not because we lack manpower or strength. We're 5 rangers strong, 6 should you pass the trials. But even 5 rangers is an excessive amount for an area such as this. In reality, 2 rangers could protect this land, 3 could do it with ease, and 4 would be near overkill. Yet this is not the case here, for reasons the others refuse to think about. You will not live to feel the warmth. You're faster than that. End it as quick as it started. I know what you would assume, that it is an issue with skill. The rangers here are young for their race and are limited in their abilities. A fair observation, we are some of the youngest of the Nunamorians, all gathered here to carry out a job that should be relatively easy. But where skill is considered, we are still rangers, and we can fight as well as the best of them. Well, unlike the others, I've actually been digging into this, trying to find our problem and solution to it as well. Want to hear it? Of course you don't, but that's not going to stop my ranting. It's purely strategy. We spend far too long reporting progress back to our captain, or waiting for the captain's approval before we do anything. That was great when there was one goblin sighting a month, but now that more pop up every day, we're just wasting time. We need to work independently, use our own instinct and judgment when it comes to making decisions. After all, if we're all thinking exactly what the captain's thinking, are any of us actually thinking at all? What happened should Thormund fall? Nobody would know what to do, the Rangers would be in total chaos and we'd be struck down one by one. Sure, Biasel could take over the leadership role, but she's a second-in-command person and always will be. Unrivaled as the support staff, lousy as the leader. Just don't tell her I said that. Over the last weeks, we've seen more goblins and bandits in the Shire than we ever did in the last 100 years. It has become clear that if we're going to survive, we need to change our approach a little. Problem is, Thormund's a stubborn one, and all my attempts at convincing him have fallen short. It feels pointless sometimes, like a beauty salon in a dwarven city. That's a decent analogy. Might use that later. Hold it. Do you see what that man ahead of us is doing? He's studying the village below, looking for possible invasion points and weaknesses in the guard's patrol. A scout of the enemies, no doubt. Alright, outsider. You wanted my trust. Go talk to him. I want to observe how you would handle a situation like this.
Oh no, I remember you. You're the one from Hofflington, the one who tried getting in between me and my partner's business transaction. What do you want now? I ain't buying it. There's always something suspicious about you. You know what the problem is with vigilantes like you? You're always getting into everyone else's business. One day that's gonna get you killed. Just buzz off if you know what's good for you. What? No, impossible. You're trying to play me for a fool. Of course you think I'll be too scared to fight, don't you? What other Oh, you're right. He's a ranger for sure. I can tell by his height and by that look in his eyes. Let's get something clear. I ain't want nothing to do with no rangers. We got no quarrel, you and I, right? We can be civil about this whole thing. I'll just leave. You'll be okay with that, right? Right. Of course. See ya.
I wouldn't suggest advertising your position as a ranger in the future. It could attract unneeded attention. However, Outlander, you've done better than expected and proven that you can take proper action when necessary. When Thormund gathers us to perform your initiation, you can count on my support.
What do you want? Yes?
There's a lot to do. What do you need? What are the specifics? Now that Outlander, I understand you received the blessing from every member of my company. That is good, and frankly spoken, quite impressive. But the approval of my companions is only the beginning. First, you will need to test yourself. Return to me once you think you are ready. Be brief. Do not worry about the past. It can no longer be changed. Instead, let only the decisions you make with the time you are granted define you. Be careful of whom you bore with continuous questions. They may seek vengeance. Follow the light, wherever it shines. Do not be downhearted by the fears and disapproval of men who do not understand where you are going. It's all in how you care for it. Let me show you. The one who runs from his fears will only find them quicker. See you.